Hey guys, it's Michaela here. I'm in charge of this month's training. Yes, I am in my car. It's the only place where I have silence. Anyway, this month we're talking about invitation process. So basically, the invitation process, pretty basic. Easy as 1, 2, 3. And that sounds really childish and easy, and you're saying, I don't believe you, but I promise. It's really, really easy. Number 1. Like and comment. Engage with people, okay? Go on, you have these people you want to talk to and you're wanting to invite them to a challenge group. Go to their page, like their stuff, find out what they're up to, okay? Get to know what's up in the life of Brittany. Just know what they're doing because that's genuine. Then take it to a private message. Ask them, without saying anything about Beachbody, ask them, how was your trip to Hawaii? Oh, I saw your daughter started preschool. How's that going? Engage with them. Be genuine. Find out what's going on. Ask them how they're doing. People love to talk about themselves, right? So give them that opportunity to talk to you. You have to private message people. And I know it's scary and it's intimidating, but you have to private message people. Some people think that they're all going to come to you when you become a Beachbody coach, but I guarantee if you talk to Breezy or Brigida, they still private message. Okay, and then step 3, after you've been forming with them and talking with them and getting to know them on a personal level, you then ask them to join a challenge group. And some conversations will have tapered off and you're like, okay, that's a dead conversation. How do I get back into it? Say something along the lines of, hey, I'm starting a free challenge group and I know we talked a few days ago and I just was thinking that maybe this is something you would like to do. Question mark. Always end in a question mark. Ask them a question. Ask them to join your challenge group, but don't overwhelm them. Spoon feed them little bits of information at a time. So when you ask them to join a challenge group, do not send them a novel. Do not send them a bunch of paragraphs. I don't read them. You probably don't read them. So why would you expect somebody else to read a big long message? So spoon feed them 3 to 5 sentences at a time. Think of it like you're texting your best friend or you're talking to them face to face. That makes it genuine. Okay? So inviting is so important and it can be so scary. But it's vital for a reason. We're in the people business. You have to talk to people. If you struggle with inviting, which I know a lot of people do because it's putting yourself out there. You're afraid you're going to be told no. There's so many things running through your mind about inviting that you tend to talk yourself out of it. So if you struggle with invitation process, do it first thing in the morning. Eat that frog, slay that dragon, whatever you want to call it. Do it first thing in the morning. Get it over with, because if you don't, you're going to let it ruin your whole day. You're going to spend all day long worrying about inviting people. And then what happens? It gets to be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you're like, I'm too tired. And you don't do it. So you stressed all day long, and you still didn't invite because you psyched yourself out. Do not psych yourself out. Do it first thing in the morning. Then work from a list. When you're doing it first thing in the morning, work from that list. That gives you less time to talk yourself out of it because you just pick, okay, I'm messaging 5 people today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, mark them off your list. And then set a timer. Your invitation should not take you more than 15 minutes. Why? Because they're short and sweet messages. Like I said, 3 to 5 sentences, like you're texting your best friend, not novels. Ain't nobody got time to read those. So you send them really quickly and you don't waste time. You should already know what they're up to because you've liked and commented and engaged with them on their personal page. You've been private messaging them, so you should have a good feel about what's going on in their life, what they need. So your invite should not take very long. Unless you're sending like 100 messages. They shouldn't take very long. So grab an egg timer, set the timer on your stovetop, set an alarm on your phone, and you send those messages. Now, don't feel like because you're on the clock that you can't be personable. You need to be personable. But again, 3 to 5 sentences, not big long novels. Okay, now I count forming with people, like finding out about them and engaging with them in private conversation without talking about Beachbody, as inviting. But here's the thing. I am always talking to people. I have people I'm talking to over here that I've already formed with, I'm inviting. And then I have this group over here I'm talking to who I'm forming with. So it's kind of like, rollover minutes where you don't use all your minutes this month, so they roll over to the next. It's kind of the same way. I'm talking to these people and I'm forming with them, and then I'm rolling this group over, this set of people over into the invitation process and bringing a new set of people on into forming. So it's a constantly rolling over. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, comment below and I'll try to explain better. But I think you get what I'm saying. Like, you have to form to invite. So always be doing both. So I usually say I'm going to form with 5 people and I'm going to invite 5 people. Most importantly, with your invitation process, you just need to be genuine. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know everything about every program. That's what we're here for. That's what the back office is for. You just need to be genuine. People see that. People know. And if you're excited, they're going to know that you're excited and they're going to feel that excitement even through a message. So today I want you to look back at your messages. Messages that you're like, I thought she was going to do this, or, what went wrong? Go back and look. Maybe you sent a really long message and that just turned them off. Maybe you didn't take time to form and you just jumped right in. Like, look at those messages. I promise you, every single person who's a coach looks back at messages from before and just kind of rolls their eyes, because I do that with some of my messages. Even now, sometimes I'm like, what was I thinking? So go back through your messages and figure out maybe where you can tweak to have, maybe that could have turned that into a customer or someone that you could have helped. Comment below, or feel free to send examples to your upline or to me. I'm willing to look at them. I have coaches that send me messages all the time like, what could I have said, or what can I say to make this, work? So don't be afraid to ask people how to invite, because honestly, everyone does it different. I know I do it different than Breezy. It's just something you have to find your groove in. And once you find it, it just works because you're staying true to you. Always talk in your lingo and be true to who you are so that others get to know you. It's a friendship. It's like text messaging. It's just simple. Do not overthink it, because that's what we tend to do. Do not overthink the invitation process, because if you do, you'll psych yourself out and then you won't invite people. So comment below with any questions that you have this week regarding your invitation process. And our next training, I want to talk to you a little bit more in depth about being true to yourself in the invitation process. All right, we'll catch you later.